I'm Rebecca Culver from Palmerston North. I run Just Zilch and I founded it in 2011. Just Zilch is a free store, so we pick up food from bakeries, cafes, supermarkets, from individuals, gardens and any surplus food, and then we distribute it to people who are in need. We're essentially rescuing food and rescuing people. So we are funded by donations and by the generosity of the public and of course applying for grants as most other charities do, but knowing that we can't rely on grants because it's a privilege, not a right, to receive a grant. So really the generosity of people giving to us has been how we survive. So I work full-time for Just Zilch, but I'm paid part-time just through the generosity of people. Everyone else volunteers and it's just amazing. We have a really eclectic group of volunteers, from people who want to give out of the good of their heart to people who are able to give because they have the time but maybe not the money to spend on the food. So it helps them out and it's a way for them to give back. That's one of the things I love about this place, is that it is all about giving back, and it is all about creating a way for people to get involved in their community, and we've really seen that be successful here. It's so amazing. Most people would love to eat this. They sure they've got a few blemishes on them, but they're still edible. So we go out 5 days a week and pick up food from various places, supermarkets, cafes, bakeries, and we bring the food back to the store where we put it into bags or label it so that it can't be resold, things like that.
We separate them carefully into 4 bags, so we all spread them.
Alright. The garden we have one main gardener, Dan, and at present he is really instrumental in making sure that the garden is constantly producing some sort of food for us to have here in the shop. It really just supplements what we get from the supermarkets in particular. This is our garden, the Just Zilch garden. I've just thought I'd show you what some of our produce looks like, and it tastes amazing. So we're on our way to pick up some food from Countdown Rangitikei Street and then Countdown Broadway. So Countdown is our major supermarket sponsor in terms of giving us food. We get their fresh fruit and vegetables and their bakery goods on a daily basis. What do I love about this job? I love being able to give away free food. I love being able to rescue food, and I think yeah, just love being able to help people, really.
What are we up to?
Just Zilch pick up. Coming through. So I think the problem with lack of food in the world is not around about there being no food, but about it being distributed unevenly. So I think that if we can take on the idea that redistributing food so that those who are in need are also accessing good food, then the world will be a better place. When you see it like this, you realise just how much waste there is. And this is one day from one supermarket in little old Palmerston North. I think that Just Zilch is a unique organisation in that we have no means testing, we have no criteria, and the reason for that is that we want to make sure that anyone can access our services. People's concern is that we will be serving people who are abusing the system, and we do, but that's okay because it means that if we're casting the net wide enough, we'll get the people who abuse the system as well as those who might not fit into general criteria from social services.
My name's Razor. I've been coming here to Just Zilch for the last 6 months because of my financial circumstances, and yeah, I find them absolutely beneficial to the financial situation that I'm in at the moment.
What would happen if you didn't have access to services here?
What would happen? I'd have to be shoplifting and stealing in my neighbourhood. That's the reality. So at my age, 54, I don't want to be stealing or shoplifting. It's really important because if I didn't have the service, I would be hungry, you know, most days.
This place here helps people like me, and not only me, like we class as little people behind the people. Well, we street people, we nobody's account for us. Like this place here only happens in Palmerston North. This is Palmerston North. We've all got one thing in common. We're hungry, we get hungry, we starve. Yep. Hey, some people got richer than others. Hey, you know, I'm a proud person, I'm proud people can't. It's hard for a person to come here and say, to line up out there for our next person next door to you where he's got no shoes. Hey, and you gotta say, hey, he's the same of me. He's the same colour blood. He plays the same colour.
It's the last resort.
A lot of people don't have the money to feed everyone. Like on Mondays and Tuesdays, no one really has any money for food. So the community as Zilch is very helpful.
Sometimes we also bring stuff like oranges when they've got the trees
Clothing.
full, or old clothes that we no longer, that the kids are grown up.
And so it feels like it's a community here.
Just got to pass it on.
We basically come on once a week. We're more once a week.
Not every day. We used to be every day, but I think every town should have a place like this.
They actually consider people who are. Some places in churches that you go to, you have to pay money, and sometimes you don't have any money.